Kia ora. This is Kia ora Oz. Welcome to the channel. I'm Darren, and this is the continuation of a lap that my late wife Selena and I started in June of 2023. After her passing, I decided to continue the journey solo, safe in the knowledge that she will always be a part of my journey. Follow along and find out what it's like to travel this vast continent solo. Ka kite. Morena everyone, kia ora whānau, kia ora Oz. Welcome to the next video, next section. So leaving Port Augusta today, a big travel day, and heading to the Never Never, or the Outback, real Outback. So heading to Farina today, which is just short of the start of the Oodnadatta track, and then the following day we'll do the first half of the Oodnadatta track before cutting across to Coober Pedy. Yeah, so yesterday was a stock up day and get ready to move day, so didn't do much else. Sam's fun facts. So obviously Port Augusta is where the desert meets the sea and has a deep history and mythology that stretches to the dawn of time. It's steeped in the dreaming stories of the Seven Sisters, the native cat, and the bird of the stars. So just one of those, the Seven Sisters. The Seven Sisters are ancestral beings. They were sky people who descended on the earth and were then pursued by a group of men, for the men had been the first time they had laid eyes on women, and they were taken with desire. The women had managed to escape by beating them with their digging sticks. And the story goes on how they were also pursued by a spirit man, a sorcerer known as Wati Nairu. And he pursued them all over the place. Some of it's linked to the wind, but eventually the Seven Sisters took off to the sky and sought refuge in the sky. But yeah, apparently you can still see them in the sky, being chased across the sky by the Orion constellation. Anyway, that's a short version of it, but if you go to yarn.com.au, you can see the Dreamtime story of the Seven Sisters there and read it in full. Alright, so pack up, clean up, pack up, hook up, and away we go. See you on the road. filled up at the Hawker Roadhouse. $2.18 a litre. That's the most I've paid since. That's the most I've paid since. Oh God. It's the most I've paid ever. $2.18. See that up there? Look at that. These old ruins are all over the place. You see these ruins, like houses like this, every half hour or so just at the moment. We're on the Outback Highway. I don't know what that bird was, I think. Bird of prey or some sort of eagle. Oh. Didn't look like a hawk, but some sort of eagle. I'll have to have a look what sort of eagles they are. Anyway, back on the road. New record, Lyndhurst diesel, $2.36. Jesus. We're in the Outback now. Yep. The Oodnadatta track. So you got to take photos and that here, don't you? Everyone else does. So join the tourist club. So when you get to the gate at Farina, the campground, there's an honesty box. Although I'm not sure how much, it's an honesty box. Given there's a camera. There you go, just fill out the envelope, put your money in, drop it in the box, and you're good to go. Done a good job of signposting and putting up stuff for people to look at. It's about a, I don't know, 5-10 minute walk back up from where I'm camped to come and have a look at all of these old ruins. Farina cricket ground. The scorer's enclosure. The bleachers. That's it! What are you, blind, you mug? So they have a season here between May and June, so they come out, spend time out here, continuing with their restoration work and working on it, that sort of thing. But they opened this bakery between May and June, and they come over here and they do the baking in this, the original bakehouse. That's the original underground bakehouse. So I missed that by about 2 or 3 weeks, but that's okay. Cool for a bit of a walk around, get a bit of exercise, have a look at, you see the police station, post office, bakery like we just saw, cricket ground, whatever the first one was, I can't remember now. And this one is the Transcontinental Hotel, Bush Nursing Hospital and boarding house. Look at the stonework. Amazing. Like a swimming pool? Probably not. Oodnadatta. So last night was at Farina. You will have seen all of the ruins and that on the video. So it's an abandoned town from the 1800s. Originally they tried to start up here thinking that you know, rain would follow the plough and they'd be able to farm the land, but clearly that never happened. So a really nice place to camp. Down the back there's the camp area, plenty of sites, easy access, $20 a night for a van or $10 per person. So if there's a couple, it's only $20 obviously. Great spot for an overnight stay on your way through to the Oodnadatta. So yeah, fire pits and all that sort of stuff here as well. Sam's fun facts. Well, there's so many around here. All of the information, there's tons of information about Farina and all of that sort of stuff. But here's a few. The town cemetery is just a few kilometres away on a signpost track. But of interest is that there's an Afghan corner in the cemetery which contains the headstones in both English and Arabic of former Farina residents of Afghan heritage, who were here primarily connected with the camel trains, which used to provide transport services before the railway extended. And all of the headstones point to Mecca, because they were all Muslims, obviously. There's a war memorial here, and so quite a few people born or living in Farina signed up, given, I think most of the population was here at any one time was 300. So during the First World War, 33 men who were born in Farina enlisted for the duration of the war and for 4 months after its end. One of the youngest Farina residents to enlist was 15-year-old William James Denham Robinson, who used an alias of Charles Robinson. He served in both World Wars. World War II, 35 men born in Farina enlisted. Of those, 9 served in the Air Force, and the rest with the Army. 3 men killed in action, and a 4th died during his service in the Army. There you go. So I'm going to pack up, head to Williams Creek today, so probably be quite a bit of dirt driving today, so that'll be interesting to see how we go. So yeah, clean up, pack up, back on the road. Talk to you later. Road's open. So that's a good thing. So we're getting into the real outback stuff now, so I get out the gear and I'm going to air down. So I'll go down to, I don't know, 25 in the front, 30 in the back, 30 on the van, just to help with the corrugations that are coming up. So yeah. Okay, new record. Mari, $2.90 a litre. Anyhow, I'm shuddered to think what the petrol price is going to be in Williams Creek, but anyway, $2.90. So I've aired down and we're ready to hit the dirt. Front tyres are down to 25, rear to 30, caravan to 30. A slight problem. It's like a stone's caught the valve to the water tank, and so I've lost 3/4 of a tank of water. I've still got one full tank, so hopefully I've patched it with some silicone. Hopefully it holds. Enough silicone there, but I'm just not sure whether it'll dry while I'm driving. But anyway, can't afford to stay here, so we'll get back on the road and hope it holds. Quick check to see if it's still working. Yep, seems to be holding. That's good. Right, see what other damage we can do. Bit random. It's middle of nowhere. There's a house over there, but yeah, on the Oodnadatta track. And there's a sculpture bloody park. The flies are getting worse. Only time for the bloody hat with the fly net. Anyway. Lake here south, off in the distance. Just all white, I presume. Well, it doesn't get any water. Well, only a couple of times a year it fills up. So this is Lake Eyre South. This is Coward Springs. I've seen it on YouTube before, but yeah, not what I expected. Quite a bit busier. And there's a kiosk, and yeah, go down and have a look. Now this is the old Garn, well, the old Garn railway track ran through here. And there's a natural spa which runs at about 29 degrees, and the station master's house, and the siding, which is just up here, which has been turned into a bit of a museum. A whole lot of stories here, so if you want to read them, then you can pause the video at each one. I'm going to get on the road, so I haven't got time to read them all. I might read them later. So out here in the middle of nowhere, there's a hot pool. Well, warm pool. It's not that warm. Cold.
Is it? Nah, it's good.
It's nice.
Yeah. It's good.
Oh wash out all the road dust.
Yeah.
I just passed a guy walking with a cart, pulling a cart with a shitload of water on it. But yeah, he must be walking the Oodnadatta track. So anyway, each to their own, I guess. Morena, William Creek, which basically is a campground, a pub and a couple of other buildings in the middle of nowhere, but interesting. So anyway, I grabbed a campsite here last night and then went to the pub for dinner. So first pub feed of this part of my journey. Yeah, so it was quite nice, but yeah, it's in the middle of nothing. Look at the diesel prices when I went to the pub last night, $3.20. So I'm going to fill up with the jerry cans. $3.20, my God. Anyway, so from here I'm heading to Coober Pedy. So I'll end this video here, or end this video after this morning's little korero, and then I'll start a fresh one for Coober Pedy. So before I go, Sam's fun fact: on the way here I went past Lake Eyre and went out and had a look at from the there's a little information centre, look out over Lake Eyre, which is basically just big salt pan at the moment. Not sure it came out too well on the camera, but yeah, you just look out, it's just a sea of white. So just quickly on Lake Eyre, Lake Eyre is some 700 kilometres north of Adelaide. When it's full, and it only fills up very rarely, it's Australia's largest lake, covering an area of up to 9,500 square kilometres. But it's also part of the larger basin. They call it an endorheic basin. And the Lake Eyre basin essentially covers 22% of Australia, including Queensland, South Australia, Northern Territory and a touch into WA. So it's massive. But its Aboriginal name is Thandha, I think is how you pronounce it. Thandha. Thandha. And the mythology behind it is that an old woman hunting saw a huge kangaroo in the distance. So Oodnadatta, a young boy, jumped out of her belly and chased the kangaroo to the west. When he finally hit it with a spear, he thought it was dead, and put it on his fire and went to sleep. When he woke, the kangaroo had gone. Oodnadatta tracked the kangaroo for many days. As he travelled, his path crossed that of an old man with his dog. The kangaroo was finally killed with the help of the dog, and Oodnadatta gave the old man the meat, for he only wanted the skin. Oodnadatta took the skin back to the east, and east of Anna Creek he threw the skin down. The skin then changed, becoming Lake Eyre. Oodnadatta can still be seen as a boulder on the shore of the lake he made. There you go. Alright, so that's Lake Eyre. Alright, so clean up, pack up, and head to Coober Pedy, where I'll be spending a week. Alright, so I'll do a good video while I'm in Coober Pedy. So yeah, video end here, unless there's something of interest to see between here and Coober Pedy. I might flick that on quickly after this. Alright, if not, this will be the end. Ka kite.